All right, Shalawam. First and foremost, I want to give all of my honors, praise and glories to Yahawah, Ahchyam, Yahawashi, Ahchyam, Qadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of GMS that do real well, starting off with the apostles tearing down the true men of Yahawashi that's been laboring the truth for 30 plus years and still pushing it onto this very day. All right, and in the sincere Shalawam to Ahchyam out there that's pushing the truth through the spirit, through the power, and through the name of Yahawashi, to seal the elect Israel, followed by the 1/3 of Israel. All right, and real quick, I just wanted to do a lesson on this video. All right, Salakia, that one of the brothers actually sent me. All right, basically, as you can see, this lady right here, I perceive that she's an Israelite. Through the spirit, she's an Israelite. She may look like a so-called white person, but she's a straight up Israelite, man. All right, and basically this lesson is going to be about how, actually the title is called "You Don't Have to Look Black to Be Black." All right, that's the actual title of this video. All right, and it's from the channel called The Guardian. All right, in which that title for this video is actually dead on is correct, man, because you have to realize that the nation of Israel, all right, we were scattered, man, amongst all nations. That was part of our curses, man. That was part of the curses that the Lord put upon us for not obeying Him. That was part of our punishments. So, being that we were scattered amongst all nations, and later down the line, through us being scattered, you're gonna have some Israelites that will look like these other nations, man. These other heathens out here. Okay, you're gonna have Israelites looking like, okay, because first off, before I even go any further, all Israelites are not so-called black, man. All right, they're all not so-called black people. Okay, if someone has so-called black skin, or should I say, if someone has brown skin, it does not make them an Israelite, man. Okay, you have East Indians and Africans that have brown skin. Does that make them Israelites? No. Okay, now back to my point. All right, you had all Jake, and we were scattered. Of course, part of our curses, right? So down the line, you're gonna have our people, our men, our Israelite men, that's gonna have sex with these women from these other nations, these Chinese women, these these Edomite women, these Asian women, so on and so forth. All right, and later down the line, you're gonna have Israelite babies looking like these other heathen nations. All right, that's how it goes, man. And that's why you have Israelites today that may look like people from the other nations. Case in point, right here, this lady, as you can see in the screen, she looks like an Edomite. But when you see her and hear her talk, if you're spiritual, and if you can receive it, if the Lord will allow you to receive it, you can clearly see that this woman is an Israelite, man. And she breaks it down, man. She breaks it down, her lineage, everything, man. And she tells you that the majority of the people in that town of Ohio, they're Israelites, man. They're so-called black people, but through the outward appearance, they may not look black, so-called, but they're Israelites, man. So I'm gonna play the video. All right, get some scriptures, and Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect.
With a lot of the people that lives out here, you probably wouldn't take them to be black people. You might not look black, but you got the black blood into you.
You heard her? Did you hear what she just said? She said you may not look black, but you got the black blood in you, man. All right. Prime example, you can have, okay, here's an example right here. Eminem. He doesn't have brown skin. He looked like a straight up Edomite. But that man is an Israelite, man. All right. You can't tell me Eminem is not an Israelite. All right. He's a so-called, and he may look he may like an Edomite, but listen, man, you can't tell me Eminem is not an Israelite, man. Look how he rap. Ain't no Edomite is gonna come into the rap game like that and do things what he did, man. Only Jake do that, man. All right. Another example, Bruce Lee, the best fighter to ever live, a legend. Ain't no damn Moabite, an actual Chinese man gonna take over the whole fighting scene like that. Only Jake does that, man. Because why? Because Israel is the salt of the earth, man. Israel put the flavor in everything. Okay. So if you see a Israelite that may look like a heathen, you know, on the outward appearance, and they have salt and they are very, very talented, more than likely that's not a heathen, that's an Israelite, man. Okay, but back to the point.
Well, my name is Roberta Jeanette Euler, but I go by Bird for a nickname. I've lived here all my life. Now, on my job that I had worked at, they took me to be white. And my best friend, she took me to be white. She was shocked when I told her I'm not white. I am black. I am a black person. And it was, well, you're not that. You think you are. No, I know I am. I was raised that way. But I was also raised, as Mom would say, it doesn't matter what color your skin is. We all serve one God. Now, as you know, this is my home. Over here is my daughter's home, Jessica. Everybody else in here, we're all kinfolks. That's how this community got to be mixed with white and black. It was from the black children. Our children going out marrying white and bringing them in. A lot of them was as light as I am, but we still said we were black. And then we had some real dark ones. But that's okay. They were black, we were black. So that's how this all got started. My grandma, she was half Turk, half black. My grandpa was a white man. My mom registered me as black. My mom she wasn't as fair complected as I am. She was a light tan brown. My dad, he has German, Irish, white. Well, his mother was a white woman. His dad was a colored man. And then...
Well, you heard that? Did you hear that? Okay. She said that her dad was a colored man. All right, her dad's an Israelite, man. Okay. All right, her dad's an Israelite. All right. And before that, she said that her grandpa was a so-called white man, but he's probably a Jake too, because her dad's an Israelite, man. That if her dad is Israelite, that means that her dad's dad is an Israelite, man. All right. You gotta remember, man, that the seed. I mean, it goes about the father. It goes about the father, man. The seed of your father. All right, your father determines who you are. It doesn't go by the mother or nothing like that. It goes by the father, because the father plants the seed inside your mother. Okay, a fucking apple seed is going to determine of an apple coming out the damn ground. Plain as that, man. Same thing with the father's seed. When the father, plants a seed inside your mother, it's that simple. But Esau put out, all these mixed in things of that nature. That's all false, man. The Bible does not touch on things like that, of that topic of being mixed. All right, it's one line. All right, and you go by the lineage of your father. All right, but on this point, she's an Israelite, man. Her father was a so-called black man, and she said herself, man. So what does that make her? An Israelite. All right. Now I'm gonna play it back real quick.
German, Irish, white. Well, his mother was a white woman. His dad was a colored man. And then as I grew older and I got married and I had my children, I registered my children as black.
I have found that stone that was here on the mountain.
Most of them in this area goes as black. We've got maybe 2, 3 families that considers themselves being white. But the rest of us in here, we consider ourselves being black.
You know this country is precious, always have been, and you never will grow out of it. I was in the service in '66. Yeah, I circled black, Negro. He said, you can't circle that. I said, that's what I am. Well, he kind of smiled, and he said, circle this. I said, okay, which meant Caucasian. I didn't show my color, but I know what I was. And I ain't gonna tell you my race. My mom raised me as a Negro. Oh, I had a lot of people ask me, say, why did your mom raise you as a Negro? I said, that's what I am. They said, yeah, but you don't show it. I said, it's gonna come a time where white won't accept you, and the Negroes will accept you. I said, I'll wait it out. That's all you can do.
Yeah, man, he's a Jake, definitely, man. Now you can just tell by the way he's speaking. That's he's an Israelite too, you know. And hey, man, the video like about 7 minutes long. I ain't play the whole video. Lord's will, I do put the video in the description box below so you can watch the video for yourselves. But yeah, man, that's the point right there, man. All right, now let me get some scriptures real quick, okay? Because going back to the book of Deuteronomy, all right, the Lord, hey, man, he excuse me, wrong chapter. The Lord scatters, man. All right, we went off. All right, 64, excuse me. This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 64, and it says, and the Lord Yahawah shall scatter thee among, well, let me read the first verse, 15th verse. Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. I'm writing one curse is this right here, verse 64. And it says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people. Okay, that means you have Israelites amongst the Chinese, the East Indian, amongst those even amongst those fake Jews out there, amongst the Asians, the Russians, the Germans. Well, same everywhere, man. Amongst Esau. Okay, who else? Who else am I missing? Amongst Ishmael, the so-called Arabs. All right, you have Esau. It's like you have Jake everywhere, man. All right, shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even to the other. So that means we got scattered from damn China all the way to damn Alaska, man. That makes sense. We are everywhere. Okay. From America to overseas, man. It's simple. And it says, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even with a stone. All right. Being that we have been scattered by Yahawashi, that makes us what? The sand of the sea. Okay, now let's get that, man. Hosea 1 and verse 10. And it says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea. Shall be as the sand of the sea. Now you try going to the beach, man. All right. Now look at all that sand that's on the beach. All right. That's a lot of damn sand. All right. Now try counting. Well, you can't, cause you can't count it. You can't number the nation Israel. Now look at the sand of the beach, man. That's a lot of damn sand in that beach. All right. You can't even pick up a grain of sand and count it, man. All right. Now imagine that, metaphorically, All right, being Israel, man. That's how deep the nation of Israel is, man. That's how much we are as a nation. All right, and that's how deep we are amongst the other nations, man. All right, we are as the sand of the sea amongst everybody, man. We're not just in America. We are scattered amongst everywhere. Okay, you got camps out there in Germany, camps out there in the UK, camps in Australia, camps in Mexico, Suriname. All right, Bolivia. All right, Canada. All right, we got brothers pushing in different countries, man. All right, so it makes sense that we are amongst all nations. Okay, and it says, which cannot be measured nor numbered, right, man? You can't number the nation Israel. All right, there's an account when King David tried to number the nation Israel, and the Lord judged him for that. The Lord, Yahawashi, he punished him for that. All right, you can't number the nation Israel, man. All right, and it says, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. And that's right now, man, our captivity. Okay, the Lord Yahawashi has raised up, prophets, in that exceeding great army to realize that, hey, man, we are the sons of Yahawah, man. We are the sons of the living power. We are Yahweh's chosen people, man. Okay. And now us realizing who we are, all right. People are you have more Israelites waking up, man, to the fact that we are Israelites, to the fact that we are, chosen people, man. All right. But in the midst of all that, you're gonna have other Jakes waking up to the fact that they're Israelites, but they're not all gonna look like the typical Israelite. They're not gonna look like, a so-called black man. They're not gonna all have brown skin. You got brothers in camps that look like Edomites, man. You got actual brothers, servants of the Yahawashi that look like Edomites, but the line goes back to one of the patriarchs of the nation of Israel, man. They go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Hey, man, it's all about your father, man, and who you are. All right. And in this case, in that video, that lady, she's an Israelite, and real quick to prove that, this book of St. Jeremiah 12 verse 9. And it says, mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, a symbol of the beasts of the field, come to devour. All right, and it says, my heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. And the speckled bird, it has, say if you got a bird, all right, and the bird has more than one color on its feathers, man. All right, you may have some black spots. Excuse me, may have some brown spots, some lighter brown spots, even some white spots. Even some, you get the point. All right, that bird is not one color. All right, the bird is a speckled bird, man, and that's how the nation of Israel is. We come in all different colors, man. All different. We come from different nations as well, man. We're not gonna all look the same, All right, we're not all so-called black, man. Okay. Hey, man, I knew, just speaking of it real quick, back in the world, man, for the truth, I knew with Jake, he was my complexion, he had brown skin, but his blood brother looked like an Edomite, and they had this, and they had the same father, man. Right, his blood brother, all right, looked like a pure Edomite, but he was an Israelite, man. And that further proves that it's not about the outward appearance, man. It's about your spirit, man. It's about who your line goes back to. All right, either an Israelite or a heathen. All right, and in this case, all right, this lady, All right. Bert, her line goes back to being an Israelite, man. All right. And this right here is a cut to, you Jakes that constantly say that only Israelites can be black. So, excuse me, so-called black. Well, can a fucking African, a so-called damn Hamite be Israelite? They're so-called black too. All right. What about East Indian? Can they be Israelites too if they're so-called black? They have brown skin too. All right. That's a bad mind state to be in, man, because that means you haven't read that scripture, Deuteronomy 28 verse 64, man. All right. But hey, man, that was my lesson. And Lord willing, you Ahchyam are edified, man, through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. All right. And hey, man, Jake is everywhere, man. We are everywhere. All right. The Lord scatters everywhere, man. And you got to realize, man, that all Jake is not going to look the same. All right. And with that being said, I want to say Shalawam.